Okay, in the last video I showed you how to lay out a wall, and we did that. We laid out this wall, the top plate and the bottom plate on 16" on center. Now I've put them on the ground because we don't want to try to nail them together on top of the sawhorses. So you see I've got my 16" on center here laid out, got a stud here, and it goes on out. So a couple of things we want to make sure we do. If you're transporting these, the top plate and the bottom plate, it's always best if you keep them together. So as I'm carrying these, I want to keep those together. Reason being, if I take the bottom plate, switch it around the top plate, and leave it the same, these might not lay out. They might look like they do, and then you get your wall up and your studs are skewed. We don't really need that. So I lay out my top plate and bottom plate on the ground, separate them by whatever distance my studs are. I put my stud in. Okay, couple of things to remember here. All right, we are using a 16" common nail, which is an E, just a common framing nail that we use in the lab. So this nail is roughly 3 1/4 inches, just right under 3 1/2. So an important thing to remember is I've got to have something to support this, because if I just go through here and hammer and there's nothing there, the plate's going to move, the 2x4 is going to move, the stud's going to move, and it's just going to, our nails are going to bend. So there's no good situation there. So what I want to do, if I'm framing like we are in the lab, I will come in here and I'll put my foot on top of this stud. So a couple of things that allows me to do. It keeps everything stable, and it keeps this plate from moving. So whenever I hammer it and knock this nail in, it doesn't push, bend, all that. So I will come in here, put me a nail in right there, and then okay, so that would set one nail. We'll put in 2 in the top and 2 in the bottom, and that is the way we would lay out and actually set our studs in our 2x4 wall.